Commander Armstrong, welcome to the back office. Yes, I'm on the teardown lab bench again because yet again I've got something to show you that I need to show you with my two hands, my own two very two hands. These are the key ingredients for Boba tea, or bubble tea as a lot of people are calling it. I think these vary. These are not the same sort of kind that are filled with a juice that explodes in your mouth full of juiciness. These are basically tapioca balls, and I ordered these off Amazon and they were kind of expensive, and then my brother came round because he lives in London and he said, hang on, I know shops that sell this, and he bought them for like a couple of quid for a whole huge bag, and it was less than half the price than I paid. Doesn't matter though, because they're going to go a long way. So they're basically tapioca balls. I can't really ascertain too much when I've been doing a bit of research on how they're made, but they are balls of tapioca. And the idea is you boil them up and then you use them in drinks or ice cream, and there's some serving suggestions on the, well, I say serving suggestions, it just shows them in a plate. So, okay, just eat them in a plate. And gives you some good instructions here. Basically boil them up. It does tell you there might be an ill effect on children because of some of the ingredients, the E numbers, but you get that all the time. If you look at just some nerds you might buy from the US of A, you'll get this if you're using some of these colorings. They'll have this warning. I don't know. I mean, how many of these bobbers are they really going to be eating? Not that much, so I wouldn't worry about it. Nutritionally, 210 calories per 100 grams, so these whole packs are just over like 450 calories. You'll be nuts to eat a whole pack of these, and I'm going to show you why. So what you do, you boil them up. Basically you boil them for 5 minutes in a pan, and this is one I actually opened earlier, fortunately, so I can describe to you what they are without breaking the seal. I'm going to smell it. They smell sweet. They actually smell really quite good. There's nothing wrong with that smell. You can see them in there. They look slightly powdery, and that's because I think they're dried. They've sort of been manufactured into these balls, and then I think they're dried, and that just gives them that sort of dried pasta-like appearance. And pasta is probably the best way to describe them. You cook them the same way as pasta, and if I just break it open, you can see. I'm going to eat a little piece while I'm showing. It's just nothing really. It just shows you like it's a little blobble of like a jelly gel thing. Like a lot of, you know, Japanese foods, and I'm guessing other Asian. These are, I think, from Korea, South Korean type delicacy. And yeah, you boil them up for 5 minutes and then drain them. Now, I don't have time to boil these up, or really the steam would get into the camera. So fortunately, here's some I boiled up earlier. And you can see they look a little bit like a big fat old caviar. And they've sort of bonded now. They've been in here, unfortunately, too long. I boiled them up probably a couple hours ago. And you can see they're sort of sticky, like a sort of sticky frog spawn at the moment. Just chewing them. These are, I made them kind of al dente, to be described. They're slightly sweet. There's not much flavour in them as is. They are just a slightly sweet, sticky ball of shininess. What some people do right now is just make a simple syrup out of sugar and water and mix that in, and you just eat that, or you serve it on top of ice cream, serve it in a dessert. Brilliant. But how I wanted to use it was to make a cocktail. Pardon me, I have to sort of chew this. If you eat them without any sort of sauce or syrup or something like that, they are quite gelatinous, and they're going to hang around in your gob for a while. So if you hear the sound of me chewing them, I do apologise. Now, I was sent a recipe from Cocktails and Consoles. If you haven't seen that YouTube channel, please do. It's about gaming and making cocktails, and they've sent me rather kindly a recipe. And I'm not going to make that recipe here because I don't have all the paraphernalia to hand. Look at it, it's stuck. That's my spoon. So I'm just going to make a simple thing up. I've just popped them in a glass, as you can see. A bit sticky. However, once I put on some of this juice that I've kind of diluted, I kind of don't like the fruit juice neat from the bottle. It's sometimes a little bit strong. So I'm just going to stir it around, and you'll see the balls have separated now because now they're happy. The stickiness is all gone, and now they're just floating free like a sort of a frog spawn. It's very hard to see this. You'll just have to take my word for it. They are in there. So to consume this beverage, you need some of these straws, and they do a whole big pack of these straws, and they're just a fat straw, and they've got a really fat sidewall. Look how thick they are. And they're purposefully designed to be able to have the correct diameter to suck up one of these things. So you'll see me, I'm going to hopefully be able to show you them sort of floating up this tube. I'm going to try to put my finger over the end, hang on. There you go, I've caught one. Forget your Pokemon Go's, look at that. I've caught myself a Boba. So, you know, you can just swizzle them around in your drink. They're really fun, and then you just get a mouthful of drink, get a few in there with it at the same time, chew them, they just add some texture to your drink. Really good fun. Kids love them. And again, make them into some fancy cocktail, put them in syrup, serve them over something, and it'll make something, you know, a boring barbecue seem like a fiesta. Please leave your comments down below. Feel free to subscribe, and as ever, thanks for watching. Bubbly. Super concentrated Boba. My gosh. So good.